everybody, welcome back to DANGANRONPA. Today we will be doing part of the Class 1 trial if it's too long, but I'm hoping to get through the entirety of it today. I've heard apparently that parts of this trial, or like before the trial, I'm not too sure, but parts of it aren't actually translated, so there's going to be a few Korean lines in there. But otherwise, everything's good. So, yeah, let's get started. So I think we should go over the truth bullets because I haven't actually gone over them yet. Monokuma File 1. A file given to us by Monokuma covering basic details of the case. Rest in peace, Maki. I love you. The victim is Kyoka Maki. The estimated time of death is around 6 a.m. The body was discovered hanging in the girls' restroom of the student dormitory. The cause of death is a contusion on the occiput. There seems to have been excessive blood loss from the wound. Kanata's account. Kanata told me something odd she felt during her autopsy. According to her, a hanged corpse should have a clear mark, or in worst cases, blue discolorations on the skin that was in contact with the rope. Neither was found on Kyoka's neck. We know that Kyoka died from a contusion. Then why is she hanged? Clean body. The Monokuma file states that Kyoka's cause of death is a contusion on the occiput. The back of her head was indeed severely damaged, evidenced by a large sunken area of skin. However, there weren't any visible bloodstains on the rest of Kyoka's body. Seems like a culprit wiped them off. A piece of paper that Kyoka was holding onto even in death. Part of it's ripped apart and indecipherable, but what's remaining of it could still provide some big clues. Come to the laundry room at 6. See, we found blood in there, so she was definitely killed in the laundry room. That's obvious. Bloodstain near her body. Drops of blood were left in front of Kyoka, although there were no notable bloodstains on the body itself. These blood drops on the floor suggest that there was a lot of bleeding from the wound. Would that mean the culprit wiped the blood off her body? Rubber-smelling liquid, a strange viscous liquid stuck on the restroom wall. It smells like stinky rubber. It being stuck on the wall and the floor below in a straight trail makes me think it's related to the case in some way. What would this liquid even be? See, that's what's confusing me. Why is the ball melted? Because I know we found the rubber ball in the last episode. If you go back, it was the if you haven't seen the other episode, it was the entirety of the investigation. But the ball is like melted. But I don't understand why. Yeah, so we probably figure that out during the trial. The rope around Kyoka's neck has a hook attached to its end. Were hooks typically used to hang a person? The ceiling bar is pretty high up and hard to reach by hand, so the culprit may have just used it to hold the rope in place. According to Mikako, there seems to be something strange about it. She said if it was done from the inside, it cannot be tied like that. What that means. The Switch nameplates, I feel like I know switch them. We already know it was Haru, probably by accident. But I don't think it's him, because that would be way too obvious. Otherwise, yeah, no, I think it's him, because it makes me think that Kinjo was the main victim. Haru's account. Last night Haru broke Kyoka and Tsurugi's nameplates and was told to put back new ones by Monokuma, but he couldn't remember where each one was supposed to go and put them in the wrong place. This is why the nameplates were switched. Kakeru's account. Kakeru testified to have met Mikaru heading toward the school wing around 6 a.m. Kyoka was murdered approximately at that time, so Mikaru can be cleared of suspicion. That means Mikaru really was late because of her own investigation. I guess she's very insistent on having her way. Bloody hammer. I found a bloody hammer in the trash dump. I'm almost sure that this is a weapon used to kill Kyoka. The culprit probably threw it in the dump after the murder to hide the evidence. Burst rubber ball. There was a yellow rubber ball burst at a corner of the trash dump. A greasy liquid that feels both slippery and khaki is oozing from it. It smells awful. I think I saw something similar to this before. Laundry room bloodstains. Kyoka's body was discovered in the girls' restroom. However, I found a large bloodstain on the laundry room floor. I wonder how this bloodstain ended up so far away from the body. Teruya's account. Teruya has considerable knowledge about the layout of objects in the antique store. He said the layout this morning was slightly off from normal. Perhaps the culprit got their murder tools from the antique store. It makes sense since the storage has no ropes or hooks. If that's true, we should suspect people who entered the antique store since yesterday. Those are all of our truths. This must be the place Monokuma told us to come, the courtroom. I don't know who could have done it. I'm really not good at this stuff without like... Maybe Mitch? But how big was the rubber ball? I don't know.
Yuki, you're here. I was about to get worried.
Were you trying to run away from your crime? Are you saying I'm the killer? Don't get ahead of yourself. We'll eventually find out the culprit, and even if we don't want to. Even if it is the wrong answer.
Since we came this far, did everyone get ready? To be or not to be? Dead or alive? That is the question.
Stop joking around. We're trying to be serious. Oh! Oh, I like that sprite. Oh. Hey, you all listen. Haruhiko is right. This ain't an ordinary trial. Our lives depend on it. So quit whining and pull yourselves together. Oh, that's true. He mentioned that he was different in the court. That at the beginning, when you mentioned like that it's strange to be so shy in court, and he says the court is a different thing.
Mr. Yamaguchi, what's wrong?
Okay, sorry. I just went quiet because I was like emotional. Oh, okay. What's wrong? What's wrong with you guys? You're all loosened up. You'll never get anywhere near the truth with that mindset.
It's like he switched into his alternate personality with the sneeze.
Oh, is this another one of those things? Oh. Is another DID case?
Kekeru, did you eat something wrong?
Shut your trap, wimps! I'm always like this in the courtroom. If you're pissed off by how I am, challenge me with a decisive proof in the trial. Where did the stammered coward go? I've always wondered how Kekeru became a lawyer with all his shyness. Though his sudden change came to me as a surprise and made me understand why he was the ultimate lawyer right away. That powerful voice and spirit will surely give him a great advantage in court. So it doesn't seem to be like a Toko situation. It just seems that he gets a lot more confident in court, I guess. Probably because like if he's the ultimate lawyer, it probably means he's been through like a lot of trials where he's like come out the winner, I guess. I don't know how else to put it. So he's probably more confident in that area of life. The only problem is he sounds more like a gangster than a lawyer.
Yo, looks like everyone's here.
I'm apologizing.
Take that elevator and come underground. I'll be waiting for you guys.
It's time for real. Let's hope we'll do our best. Okay, so we're just gonna go talk to everyone before entry.
Dead or alive, let's find out live.
Okay? Don't get me wrong. I know this ain't the right time. Wasn't that one mad personality switch? I almost fell on my knees when I saw that. Honestly, same, actually. If I wasn't sitting down, I think I would have stumbled back. Damn, it's really gotten to this. Can we even make it back here alive? Well, useless. Ready to uncover the truth. Like I said multiple times, I have no intention to help you out. Have fun struggling.
The class trial will start soon. We did our best, so let's hope that luck is on our side.
Yeah, we need brains. We need the Yamaguchi. Whether you like it or not, we need to do this. Let's go.
Kyoko will be watching us from above. Let's find her murderer and help her find peace.
Phew. I've tried my best, but I'm still not sure on this. Might need to hear what the rest of you found out to get a grip on it. Okay, so she doesn't say anything, but it's true that she completely lost trust in everyone. Come on, folks! Move, move, move! We've got no time to waste waiting for you slowpokes! Oh my god, he's gonna be fun to voice. I wonder how and why Monokuma is making us do this. So I suppose we have more important matters to handle. To harm another human being means to defy heavenly law. Whoever committed the act must be ready to answer for their sin.
Let's go.
Yep, let's go, girlie. Is everyone ready?
Let's hit it.
We will reveal the truth, right? In this trial. Right, in this trial to find Kyoko's murderer, and the culprit is... one of us. One of us? One of us is a murderer. I don't want to believe it, but thinking here won't change anything. Like Akane said, I'll hit it first, and leave the thoughts for later. Hold on, huh? Wait. Oh! So I guess it just becomes Korean sometime? Because I found out it went Korean because Snib texted me earlier. They recorded it earlier today, I think, this part. And was like, yo, it's in Korean. So I just kind of thought that there was like a certain place. So I guess it just probably just happened randomly. Like a coding error, maybe? Oh. The elevator descends underground with a series of clinks and clans. Gosh, this is gonna take forever. Which floor are we on? It feels like we're going somewhere we can never come back from. Not concerned about our uneasiness at all. The elevator slowly approached its destination. That hurt my eyes. We're here.
Boop, boop, boop. Finally! I was dying to see y'all. What is this place? It looks so flashy. I set this special courtroom just for you guys. Isn't it sick? Other courtrooms would be nothing compared to this.
What the hell are you speaking? You call this a court? You better be kidding! This is contempt of court!
Well, enough talking. Let's get over this quick. Stand where your name is written. Is everyone ready? We shall begin in a moment. Behold, the class trial!
Circular arrangement where we can see each other's faces directly. Despite Monokuma's mischievous, almost ridiculous attitude, there was a strange tension going around here. I don't want to see that again. Not like that. Don't do this to her. Kyoka, she was a playful friend and though somewhat lazy at times, she shined with positivity at every moment. When everyone else panicked at Monokuma's motive, she managed to cheer me up. Kyoka, she left our side too early. What would have she thought of at her final moment? Why did she have to die? And the cruel killer who murdered Kyoka. Ooh, I like this version of it. The cold-blooded, heartless killer is hiding among us. Among us? So it's among us? And thus Act 1 at Hope's Peak Academy begins. A life or death trial. A life or death deception. A life or death betrayal. A life or death mystery. A life or death lie. A life or death truth. A life or death class trial. I'm gonna save progress. No, I'm not supposed to, but I'm gonna. participation is mandatory for all survivors. In the trial, the survivor must figure it out the Blackened, who disrupted harmony. We already been through it. I just want to see what they are. File, cannot have account, clean body, torn note, blood stain near body, rubber smelling liquid, hook, switch nameplates, Haru's account, Kakeru's account, bloody hammer, burst rubber ball, run through room, blood stain, and Teruya's account. Well, let's go.
Let us begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out the culprit, only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the Blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
One of us is the killer. The culprit who murdered Kyoka.
Of course.
No way! I have to be in the same place as a real murderer? I can't do that! I know it's hard, but it's a must. We need to uncover the truth behind this case. And ultimately reveal the culprit's identity. Wait, hold on! What's that? Oh, that picture of Kyoka.
Wouldn't it be awful if she got left out just because she died? Friendship penetrates even death's barrier.
Hey! Let me ask you something, just in case. It's crucial that we know this for the trial. This is really important, so prepare to answer, dumbass. Can there be accomplices in this case? That will determine the entire course of our discussion.
Really important? Why, sure, I can tell you that. Now, accomplices in murder may exist. However, no matter how many accomplices there are, only the one who committed murder may graduate.
I see. There would be no merit for the accomplice.
Kakeru, he looks really like a different person. That'll do for the preamble. Let's get started then. First up is the case summary. Now, let the debate begin.
The class trial. When Monokuma first mentioned it in the gym, I thought none of us would commit murder. Then a class trial would never happen. That's why I didn't think too deep about this. But it really started. The trial to find Kyoka's killer. If we fail to reveal the culprit in this trial, we'll be... No, I can't let that happen. I have to do this not only for me, but for everyone else too. To find out what really happened, and to reach the ultimate truth. I must do this with all my might. A non-stop debate is about to beginning. Would you like to hear more? Absolutely, I don't know how to do this. In a non-stop debate, you need to be on the lookout for contradictions in your fellow students' statements and refute them with a truth bullet. You can fire a truth bullet by moving the red crosshair over the text marked in yellow and pressing confirm. A set of truth bullets taken from the list you obtained during investigation will be given for each discussion topic. You must select the right truth bullet to refute the contradiction. Press Shift to change the selected truth bullet. Needless to say, but firing a truth bullet at the wrong place will deplete your influence gouge. Complete depletion of influence gouge will result in a game over, so please do be careful. You may skip through lines by pressing the arrow in the bottom right. The arrow in the bottom right. Do I have to use my mouse for this one? I don't know how this stuff works. Okay, so we just have Monokuma file. Okay, how does this work? Oh, I move it like that. How do I press confirm? What's confirm? Oh, it moves around. She's discovering the girl's wrestling hanging by her neck. But who would have done such a terrible thing? Look, you see, I still can't quite believe that a real murder happened here. I mean, this is ridiculous. Kyoka hanged herself and died by choking. How's that a murder? Dude, I actually it looks like a suicide. I don't know what the confirm thing is. How do I confirm? I don't know how to confirm. a rope around Kyoka's neck, but that wasn't her cause of death. It was even specified by that file. That'll prove Kyoka didn't kill herself. Okay, but what's confirmed, guys? Help me. Is it this arrow at the top? No. Oh my god, please help. No, no. This is gonna take so long because I can't figure it out. What's confirm? Oh, I pressed space too many times. I don't know what confirm is. Oh! I did it, okay. God. It was enter, I just have to like press on their thing. Agility 75%, 20 point. Yeah, I didn't figure it out. Miss 0%, 30. Focus 4, 35. Oh, I think that's good. I don't know. That's wrong, Teruya. Kyoka didn't choke to death. She didn't choke to death? Then how do you explain the rope around her neck? It's a Monokuma file. Didn't you read it? It clearly states Kyoka's cause of death. Look, it says here, the victim is Kyoka Maki. The estimated time of death is around 6 a.m. The body was discovered hanging in the girls' restroom of the student dormitory. The cause of death is a contusion on the occiput. There seems to have been excessive blood loss from the wound. See, according to the file, Kyoka didn't die due to choking. Her real cause of death is a contusion on her occiput, the back of her head. Yeah, but can you really trust that thing? I don't know if I can really trust something from that old jerk Monokuma.
What? Are you questioning my credibility? Oh, kids these days, they just love to judge a file by its cover.
Sorry, I'm gonna move the mouse.
Listen, I do not tell any lies regarding the trial. I believe in fair trial more than anyone else.
Don't worry, Mr. Hattori. I can back up the credibility of the information. Almost everything on the Monokuma file is true. I'll guarantee you as a physician. So, if Kyoka died from a contusion on her occiput, someone must have hit her head from the back, right?
Okay, if she didn't kill herself, and another person killed her, then I guess it's release murder. Well, duh, don't reckon that it's suicide just because you're too lazy to go through your trial. Our lives are at stake here. Let us not waste our energy on pointless insults.
It's already stated in the Monokuma file, but to add on my personal commentary, Kyoka's injury was very severe.
Skype went through her skull and made a large depression in her head. Yeah, that's true.
Inferring from this, he probably died an instant death.
What a devastating incident. It should not have happened. We can put those commentaries aside and talk about what actually matters. If the injury was that severe, a hard object must have been used to strike her head. The murder weapon, you mean? I expected someone would bring that up around this time. Now, won't us all talk about the weapon used to deliver the fatal blow to Kyoka? If Kyoka didn't kill herself, a blunt object other than the rope must have been used as its weapon. Let's delve into this some more. The murder weapon that struck Kyoka's head. I need to find out what it was. Can I move with was? I've been moving with the keys, but if I have to press enter to do my thing, you know? I don't know. Bloody hammer. So I don't need shift yet. Culprit must have hit her head with a blunt object. Let me...
That should be the weapon!
What kind of object is the weapon? The strike on Kyoka's head was clearly deep enough to create a depression in her skull. Oh, I can't move with was. Something that's able to cause a long object, like a battered stick. It's definitely this. It's like the only yellow thing.
I don't know. What could it be?
While the wound itself was very large, the size of the weapon wouldn't have mattered that much. And I think that object I found from the dump is most likely. Come on, go down. Whoa, that's so annoying. Aw. Counter, but I think it was in Korean because I didn't understand what he said. Ayame, that can't be right. In fact, I discovered this from the dormitory's garbage dump. That... It's a hammer. A small one you can easily hold with one hand.
Is that what the culprit used to attack Kyoka?
It apparently has blood on it, so it must be the weapon. The fact it was found in the garbage dump indicates that the culprit attempted to get rid of it. How did you even find that at the dump? But can that tiny hammer really kill a person? I want to try if you're curious. No thanks, I'm fine.
Regardless of the size, a hammer is made of metal with enough force at the right angle of killing a person in a single blow. Not entirely impossible.
Sorry, I was trying to see if I could save by pressing X, but I can't. So I think I should do this entire trial in one sitting. I wasn't trying to stop the video here, but I was just like mentioning that. Yeah. Anyways, sum up, the culprit murdered Kyoka at once with a hammer strike from the back, then hanged her.
But isn't it strange? If the killer just wanted to murder Kyoka, then why did they hang the body? Even if it was to cover up her real cause of death, the bruise and the bloodstains are still there. You can see that it's a murder right away.
You can't? I thought it was a suicide before you told us. That's because you're a helpless idiot.
Miss Maki's body didn't look typical of people who hanged themselves in the first place. Too unnatural if it was meant to be framed as a suicide.
Too unnatural. Yeah, it did look slightly different from a typical suicide by hanging. Looked unnatural because the rope was too loose. Kyoko wasn't hanging any of the bruise on it. But it was too loose. We literally mentioned that. Okay, so it was that. Kanata, do you mean the body looked unnatural because it wasn't hanging in the air despite the rope being tied on her?
Yes, that is correct. Don't you think so?
Oh yeah, I got zero ideas about all this. Idiot. You don't know how people die from hanging? They usually tie a rope in the air, stand on a chair or a similar object, and kick it off as they hang themselves. That's where the phrase, kick the bucket comes from. Now you know.
That way there's nothing to step on and eventually they are choked by gravity to death.
Or their neck breaks. That's what you can hope for because it's a lot faster.
Oh, I get it. If Kyoka committed suicide, her body has to hang down in the air.
But Kyoka's body was down on the floor even with the rope hung around her neck. This must be the point. It sure is weird. Why did the culprit hang Kyoka's body then? It's simple. There are two possible explanations. The culprit either had a reason to do it, or was, swear to God, stupid.
The culprit is stupid? Would that mean Haru is the culprit?
I thought we were just calling, like, the funny green hair man stupid. Are they blaming him? I mean, actually it would make sense because he's the one who would know what's in the antique store, right? Then again, anyone could have walked in and just found that stuff, so I don't know. Hey, she said the culprit is stupid. Not a stupid person is the culprit.
He didn't deny that he's stupid.
Anyway, there is no way the culprit hanged her without thinking. There has to be a reason. What is that reason that this had to happen? To talk about that, we have to discuss about the culprit first. There is no need to repeat that. Revealing the identity of the culprit is the ultimate object of this trial, after all. So let us discuss about the culprit like Tsurugi said!
But who is the real killer? I have no idea. Me neither. How could there be a murderer among us? I can't even imagine who.
I cannot take the phrase "among us" seriously anymore. Every time I see it, I just go sus among us, sus among us. I can't do this. Hey, didn't we already narrow it down to have to be honest? What makes you say that? Duh, use your brain. Kyoka's body was found in the girls' restroom! Hanged by a rope, that's what I mentioned. And shouldn't the killer be one of the girls?
What?
Hey, he has a point! Exactly. For example, Kizuna could be the killer. She didn't speak up once since the beginning of the trial. Miss Dark Circle's over there.
Huh? One of them's the culprit?
That's nonsense! I have no reason to commit murder! Then why are you so quiet? It's hella suspicious. Dark Circles is always like that, but not you!
Shut up. I'm just trying to avoid talking with dirty killers.
Mr. Mori, please don't call us killers. There is only one culprit. Monokuma said accomplices have no merit. Don't view us like that.
Hell no! Kyoka's already dead. It can't be anyone next time. I can't die here. Huh? Do you know that unnecessary overreaction makes you look even more suspicious? No, it's actually so valid, bro. Mitch, shut up.
Shut up, Higa! How dare you spit out nonsense? The killer's a girl because the body was in the girls' restroom? So like we have rules here, guys can certainly enter it too. Kisuna?
You sound like a different person today. Why are you calling him by last name?
Well, I guess my mask slipped.
It's impossible for a man to enter the women's restroom. That might have been a possibility in the real world, but this place has a rule that forbids it. Am I right, Monokuma? So it's none of the guys. It's not Mikado, because we know that Yamaguchi saw her at 6, right?
Bingo! A man entering the women's restroom is considered a form of indecency and will be punished by a shower of bullets from the machine guns. Same goes for the opposite case. This applies to not only the restrooms, but also the locker rooms and bathhouse that will be unlocked soon. Let's bear that in mind.
It's true. Monokuma warned us when we found Kyoka's body and tried to step in. Actually, didn't Kinjo warn us? Kinjo warned us, and then Monokuma said, don't worry, I'll take their guns down. Come on, it's a matter of common sense that guys can never commit murder in the girls' restroom. It's not really a matter of common sense in general, but in this place, yes, but... Ugh. It wasn't me.
Why would I, of all people, commit murder? I'm not a criminal. If anyone is, it's that creepy bitch.
Oh, no, leave Mikako alone. If Mitsuhiro is right, that means the culprit is either Akane, Mikaru, Kanata, Ayame, Kizuna, Satsuki, or Mikako.
No! I am not the culprit! Satsuki never ever killed anyone!
Yeah, the killer is one of the girls. Who else can it be besides her? Don't you agree, Rei Mikaru? No, it can't be Rei. Huh? What's she even talking about?
Don't pull my leg. Weren't you late when the body was discovered? Everyone was there except for you. If you're not the culprit, why did you come late?
Is that all you have? I told you back then. I was late because I was investigating at the main entrance.
Nobody believes you. You have no evidence.
Well, surely. She was a bit suspicious.
I'm not trying to jump to conclusions, but you did come late. Mikaru, can you prove what you said?
If you need proof of something as simple as this, it would be better for you to die here, airhead. You see, I understand her not wanting to, like, talk with everyone or, like, befriend them. But it's like, oh, we need proof of your alibi. Oh, you're so stupid for needing proof of my alibi. Girly! I love a girl boss who takes no shit and who does her own stuff. Girly, you're kind of the airhead right now.
Trying to back out? Gotcha. We found the answer. This bitch is the killer.
Hold on. I suggest that we think about this some more. Coming late to the scene is sure to draw suspicion, but would it also mean that Mikado is the culprit? No, that's impossible. I know that Mikado really was at the entrance hall to investigate. There was evidence pointing to her innocence. It was Takeru, no? Yeah. testified to have met Mikaru heading towards the school wing around 6 a.m. Hold on! Mikaru is innocent! She really was at the entrance to investigate at the time.
Huh? How can you be so sure? How can you be sure? Did you see it yourself?
No, but Kakeru, you know it, right? Mikaru's innocence? Ahahaha! You said it, Yuki! Listen up, fellas! Rei Mikaru is innocent! I, Kakeru Yamaguchi, am the witness!
Mr. Yamaguchi, is there something you know about this?
I woke up around 6 a.m. with the urge to go to the restroom. As I was heading there, I encountered Mikaru. She said she was going to investigate the school wing and walked away. The next time I saw her was after the murder occurred, which means Mikaru is innocent.
Did you get what he's saying? Satsuki sees the logic, but can't understand a thing because of all the shouting.
Basically, he saw Mikaru heading toward the school in the morning, which proves Mikaru's claim.
Wait, but the body discovery announcement was at 8.
There's 2 hours in between the time you saw her and the murder. 2 whole hours! How does that prove her innocence? Kizuna, think about the time again. It's true that Mikaru didn't show up until after we found the body, but Kyoka's estimated time of death was 6 a.m. In other words, it's impossible for Mikaru to have murdered Kyoka since she went to the school wing at 6. Sure, she could have turned back as soon as Kakeru went back into his room, but there wouldn't be enough time for her to hang Kyoka's body or throw away the hammer. This is the reason why I'm saying Mikaru is innocent. Oh! That was cool. I like that voice.
Wrong! That's not enough to say she's innocent.
Why? We even have a witness, Kakeru.
No, there's a hole in your argument.
I'm sorry, you, but I've got to make this rebuttal.
That's the only way to make that Four Eyes admit her crime and end this stupid trial.
A rebuttal showdown is about to start. Would you like to hear more? Please. Rebuttal showdown is a one-on-one debate with a person who disagrees with you. Your opponent will put forward their argument and continuously press on you. Press confirm to slash the opponent's words. Just like in the non-stop debate, you can refute text marked in yellow by pressing shift. You can switch your truth blade with the left and right arrow keys. Left and right arrow keys. Use the right truth bullet at the right contradiction as you did in the non-stop debate. Shift key won't work at non-yellow text, and press and confirm will slash arguments in the order they were said. Be careful though, since not all arguments will go down with a single slash. Your influence gouge will take damage if you refute the wrong argument. Your focus gouge will take damage if you fail to completely strike down a piece of white text. Just a little warning, if you have 0 focus and fail to strike down white text, your influence gouge will take damage instead. Yeah, Kakeru and Mikaru met around 6 a.m. too. But who said you had murdered my son in front of that person? Kakeru was killed her remotely from some other place. Shift? Yeah, shift. Okay. Kill her remotely? How? Kyoka was murdered by a hammer. How is it possible for her to kill Kyoka with a hammer when she was talking with Kakeru? It's more than possible. For example, she could have tied the rope around Kyoka's neck in advance, knocked her out or something. Oh, I missed it. And set the hammer on the ceiling so it falls down after a certain time. No. Setting up a trap to kill and activating it from a rope. That'd be possible. Gonna be the same stuff, I think. We advance and then it's next time. Oh, what? I lost the star thing? I was just reading it. I need to know what she was saying. That was certainly possible. Whether there are more obvious contradictions, I didn't point that out. Oh no! Remotely? Ow, I hurt myself. So is it remotely? Those are like the only two ones I can find.
その言葉決してみせん
Remotely? Body. Oh, right! Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I got it, okay. Kizuna, it's impossible to kill Kyoka remotely.
How come? I told you!
Well, technically it's possible, but it's not the answer for this case. And it's because her body was too clean. The body was too clean? Remember how Kyoka's body looked like? Kyoka's head did have a large bruise and was all sticky with blood, but that was it. The blood under her hair didn't even flow very far. Her clothes were clean too. But you can't clean up clothes like that. That's what's bothering me. So they're like, oh, must have wiped her clean. No! That doesn't make sense. They would have had to, like, change her. And, like, get her new clothes or something. I'm sorry, it's upsetting me, it's bothering me. Isn't it strange? A bruise that's severe enough to create a dent in her head and not a single drop of blood got on her clothes? There is only one reason for this. The killer wiped off the blood same time Kyoka died? Yes, I agree with Yuki. I was wondering the same thing while I examined the body. See, the only thing I can understand is if they, like, put a towel or something to take the blood, or, like, stop the blood flow, and because of, like, death and rigor mortis and all that, the blood flow would have stopped. But that's all I can think of. Because if blood gets on your clothes, you can't just, like, wipe it off. That's not how it works. Ugh. Yes, I agree with Yuki. I was wondering the same thing while I examined the body. But can you stop bleeding from a wound that big just by wiping it a few times? My nosebleeds never stopped that easily when I tried to wipe them off.
It doesn't take long for blood to coagulate at room temperature. Nosebleed is from an injury inside the nose, but Miss Maki's bruise is directly exposed to the air. About 5 minutes of pressure would have been enough to stop her bleeding.
Okay, so I was right. That's what they did. It was my second suggestion. Oh, I'm so happy they cleared that up. It has been bugging me since yesterday when I recorded the other one.
And Miss Maki likely died in an instant dead, because the actual amount of bleeding might not have been much due to lack of circulation.
True. Huh? But if the culprit wiped it off as soon as Kyoka died? Right, if the culprit killed Kyoka remotely from a distance like Kizuna suggested, Kyoka's body would be covered with blood by the time they go to wipe it off. Also, they'd have to risk the blood getting on her clothes and there is no way to wash it off. What do you think, Kizuna? Anything left for you to say?
Why? Why are you siding with Four Eyes?
I wasn't really siding with Mikaru. True, why would useless stand up for me in the first place? I don't care what you think of me, but don't use it to justify framing someone else in a trial. If we choose the wrong person based off of your petty emotions, everyone here is going to die. Did you still not understand the rule of this place?
Fine, do whatever you want.
Yes! And is Mikaru fully proven innocent? Is everyone clear on that? Why are you suddenly talking about Mikaru, though? If I remember correctly, she faced our suspicion after Mitsuhiro said the killer was among the girls. Mikaru, we apologize for suspecting you. Shrug it off. No matter how much you contempt and disdain me, I don't give a damn. Mikaru, she has the guts. She has the meats. Arby's. Then we can safely assume that Mikaru and Kakeru have an alibi. Well, we already crossed out Kakeru. Didn't you say the killer is a girl?
Hold on, even if Four Eyes is innocent, I'm not gonna take that. The killer cannot be a girl.
But there's no other possibility. Is it gonna be a Togami case, like Chapter 2 Togami, or Chapter 1 Mugman, if you know what I mean? I'm sorry. No, but like, see, the killer could have been a guy, because it happened in the laundry room. And if Mikaru found the body, moved it to the well, so that the girls can enter the girls' restroom. And why are you being so fussy if you're not the culprit? Feeling guilty or something? It's called Girls Defending Girls, bestie.
I told you I'm not the killer. I mean, it's just not fair. You can't assume me as a killer just because I'm a girl. And you don't even have solid reasoning.
Oh, come on. If the rule that boys cannot enter the girls' restroom is not an acceptable reason, then what is? Culprit is a girl. But it really like that. This isn't good. We can't reach an agreement if we keep fighting.
Ultimate leader, we're ready for you to come up with a plan.
There's no need. In fact, I'd highly encourage this sort of debate. Huh? I see the current situation as a perfect chance for all of us to understand the culprit's strategy.
What do you mean? Everyone's just fighting each other right now.
Think about why you were led to believe that the culprit is a woman. If you can't figure that out, you'll be able to reach the answer from there on. Why did we come to think that the culprit is a girl? The body was in the girl's restroom for sure. Then is the culprit a girl, just like Mitch said? I think we're still missing something critical. See, it's possible that the culprit would have asked Monokuma, hey, can I bring her ass into the girls' restroom? Or something? You know, find someone else, try to get away with it. Ooh. Maybe. I have to point that out. Ah. Okay, so so it's with shift that you change, right? Yeah. The culprit is definitely one of the girls, but why?
I said I'm not gonna take it.
I must say it does sound convincing. The body was indeed discovered inside the woman's restroom. Yeah, but the laundry room...
We didn't kill anyone.
Calm down. While the body was found in the woman's restroom, we must consider that Kyoka's murder and the hanging occurred separately from one another. Yeah, exactly. But the murder still happened in the girl's restroom, right? No, so the culprit must have murdered Kyoka inside the restroom and hanged her afterward. It's impossible for guys to have done it when they're not allowed in the girl's restroom. Looking at the sequence of events, it looks obvious that boys cannot be the culprit because of the rule preventing their entry to the girls' restroom. But I know there's a flaw to that logic thanks to that evidence I found. If the murder took place in the restroom, I wouldn't have found it in that place. See, that's true. Ah! No! 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 I missed it! I forgot I had to press enter. Go, move! Okay, no, let's just skip that one. I wish I could. Yeah. Oh no, I countered it! I just countered it, moron. I don't know what it is. It's also true.
違うよ。
I like this cute. I like it. Is there a way to get more heart? I'm dying already. No, Haru, that's not true. Not true? What's not true? We've been missing something critical. I'll cut to the chase. The culprit can certainly be a guy too. Huh? What are you talking about? Guys couldn't go in the girls' restroom. How do you commit a murder at a place you can't even enter? That doesn't matter. All this time we thought the murder occurred in the girls' restroom since that's where the body was found. But where the murder actually happened was a totally different location. Huh? What you mean? The body was at the girls' restroom.
Oh, I get it!
Looks like everyone's finally got it.
That reminds me, the Monokuma file only stated where the body was discovered, not the place where the actual murder occurred.
Critical point indeed. We weren't paying attention to the real detail while being distracted by superficial things. You better have seen it at your first glance.
Wait, hold on. If Kyoko wasn't murdered in the girls' restroom, the culprit killed her in another place and moved the body to the restroom. Those could be all done by someone who's not a girl.
Come to think of it, Kyoko's body was quite close to the restroom entrance. Then, is Kyoko murdered somewhere else? How did you reach that conclusion, Yuki? I bet you have some kind of supporting evidence. Yeah, in fact, I found a puddle of blood in the laundry room. The laundry room? That place sounds so irrelevant. That bloodstain says everything. Kyoko Maki was murdered in the laundry room.
The laundry room. I've seen Miss Maki there a few times at her time of death. Why did she go to the laundry room at 6 a.m. in the morning?
Yeah, I know she was an early bird, but I don't think she would get up that early. The reason Kyoko headed to the laundry room, didn't I find something that can answer that? What was it? I think it's coming to my mind. That clue was... It was the torn note.
これだよ。
Can you look at this for a second? What's that? I found this from Kyoko's body. It looks like a scrap piece of paper from the notepad Monokuma gave us. Kyoko's holding it tight in her hand. Would you like me to read what it says? To the library room at 6. The Anycam be waiting. It's all raggy and torn. Take a closer look. It clearly mentions that place in the parts that we can read. I see. The laundry room. Moreover, the words still really matter. The words that really matter are still intact despite the missing parts. The parts that are left, I think the full message was. So come to the laundry room at 6. There aren't any cameras there. I'll be waiting. Something like that. That was so sick! Tsurugi, you completed the note just from its parts. It's my speculation, so I can't assure that it's completely identical to the original sentence, but it should be the same overall.
Is it ripped because the culprit tried to pull it out by force? I believe so. Maybe the culprit wasn't able to remove the whole paper from Miss Maki's hand due to rigor mortis.
That means Kyoko got that note from someone and went to the laundry room at the designated time without knowing what's about to happen. Shoot, why would anyone use those kind of cheap tricks?
Oh, Satsuki's confused on the part that says there aren't any cameras.
Perhaps it was intended to make that look like some sort of secret talk.
Nope, that's not what Satsuki meant. Are there really no cameras in the laundry room?
There is. Whoa, what a surprise! You can talk?
Between the ventilator and the clothesline.
Yes, I saw it too. The culprit just wrote down meaningless nonsense as bait. Kyoka, that's why. I apologize for the untimely interruption, but may I speak for a moment? I think... Oh, I don't know who it is. Kenji, what is it? Kyoko was murdered in the laundry room. Although we can now be certain about the statement, is it not too early to conclude that a man could be the culprit as well? Huh? Well, it is possible for a man to commit murder in the laundry room and carry the body to the restroom. Recall the fact that Kyoko was not merely lying on the restroom floor. She was hanged by a rope attached to the ceiling. Have we forgotten this already? Oh, you're right. The murder could be done somewhere else, but you'll have to enter the restroom to connect the rope to the ceiling. So the culprit is really a girl then.
What? Are we coming back to where we started? Seriously, guys, you want to think the culprit is a girl that bad?
No, but she's not wrong. It's impossible to tie a rope to a pipe inside the restroom unless you're on the inside as well. See, the killer is one of the girls.
Wait, it's too early to make that conclusion. Can there be a way to hang the body from the outside?
Kinky is right, the killer cannot be a guy. There's a way to defeat that logic. We have to come up with that even if the chances are less than 1%. There isn't a drill. It's only fake to kill all of us. Put our heads together, we'll be able to find the answer. Oh. I don't know who it could be. Chemicals account, bloodstain your body, hook. It's probably the hook. Way to hang the body from the outside. Is that really possible? I think the culprit used a tool. Yeah, probably the hook. A tall height? No, not a tall height.
They climbed up the wall.
I wouldn't do anything. We'd still be in the room.
Kinda stunned. Fatsuki could do it too.
Hey, we're being serious here! Okay, so it's the tool thing. Think closely. There's still a possibility that guy is the culprit. The body could be hung without entering the restroom. That would prove the culprit could be a guy too. Don't struggle on your own. There's definitely something. There you go.
そうかもしれないよ。
I got perfect. That's it, Ayama. You can use a tool.
A tool? But how?
I almost forgot the tool that was tied to the rope. It's right here. Do you see it? Looks like a hook to me. A hook? The rope had something like that? I'm starting to get impressed by the extent of you guys' stupidity. The useless made a good point this time. You're right. Looks like you got it correct. Can you stop calling me useless because I'm like the one pumping out all the rules and you're not doing jack? So what about the hook? The culprit must have thrown this hook with the rope attached to connect it to the pipe on the ceiling. That way, the rope is all set. Afterwards, we can tie the other end to Kyoko's neck and push her body inside. Wouldn't that be possible to do without actually entering the woman's restroom?
Yes, it is. This is our answer.
Hold on, look how the rope is tied to the pipe. It's been twined several times around the pipe. Is it possible to do it with that heavy-looking hook on the rope? Oh, wait, he's right. Is he French? He's French? Have I been giving him a southern accent this whole time when he's French? Because he's had like southern accent types of thing going on. He haven't had French things going on. I know, because I'm like, I mean, French Canadian. I have a lot of people I know who have French accents when they speak English. They don't talk like that. French? Oh! If he's French, I actually feel so bad. Fastened by a hook. The rope went around several times. I know, it's nearly impossible to tie a rope like that when there's a hook attached. What the? You said it like it's possible! That's why the culprit used another tool to secure the rope onto the pipe. Another tool? The rubber ball! Like hell I realized. I knew it from the very beginning. If you're trying to sound me out, quit it. I already said that I have no plans to offer any help, then... Besides, it looks like Useless over there got hold of it anyway. Why don't you ask him? Me? Yuki, can you tell us the answer? Why don't you ask the police guy? Well, it's... Oh, you didn't? Sorry about that. I guess that question was too hard for your non-functional brain. I won't forgive myself if I don't give an answer after hearing that. Oh, that's right! The ball! Cooler than the hook was used, the tool was. Yes, because that's why it's on the wall. Oh!
これだよ
Key piece of evidence that can prove the tool's involvement in the crime.
これだよ
I got it! I figured out the other tool used by the culprit. It's a rubber ball! Rubber ball? What's a rubber ball? It's like a bouncy ball. Have you ever played with them when you were young? It's full of some kind of viscous liquid that makes it bounce back up when it hits the floor. Ooh, I know! I made some improvements to it and sold it overseas under the name Happy Ball. That telling all that it's still selling great? How is it relevant to the case? You better tell us quick, Yuki! Okay, I figured out the way the rubber ball was used in the murder just now. After Tsurugi said the culprit used another tool to set the rope in place, I tried to relate the act of winding the rope with the circumstances of the murder. I think we can be certain about the culprit using a hook since we found one on the pipe. But as Mitch pointed out, it's impossible to wind the rope like that with the hook alone. Putting the hook after setting up the rope wasn't a choice either, because there's no way to get the rope around the pipe by itself. Besides, they'd have to step inside to attach the hook. That's why the culprit used a rubber ball. Before using the hook, the culprit tied the rope around the rubber ball. Then they threw it inside the restroom between the pipe and the ceiling, to be exact. That way, the ball would hit the wall and bounce back toward where it started. Oh! Repeat that multiple times to get the rope around the pipe with the ball returning to the entrance every time. All left is to remove the ball and tie a hook to throw it on the pipe. But the culprit probably faced something that wasn't part of their plan here. The rubber ball burst because of the pressure from rebounding off the wall, spilled its contents all over the wall and the floor, which is still left at the scene. This is how the culprit tied the rope without going inside the girls' restroom. So it's a guy. It's a guy. It's a guy. It's a guy. Oh, but what if it's a girl framing the guys? Ah! This is how the culprit tied the rope without going inside the girls' restroom. The hook and the rubber ball were used to make it look like it was done from the inside.
Oh, so that must have been the sticky liquid on the wall.
Well said, Yuki. I agree with you.
Well, if our ultimate police officer says so, I guess he's right.
Everyone, did you know something after getting to this point? It's Mitch. No, it can't be Mitch. I don't think it's Mitch this early on. Could it? Oh. Would have to be someone strong enough to throw the hook, right? Noguchi? Everyone, did you notice something after getting to this point? Notice what? Think closely. We were talking about the possibility of a man being the culprit. Don't you think it should be the opposite after going after justice? Opposite? It was to prove that it's possible for a man to be culprit. The opposite of that is true. Wait, what? I don't get what... No, hold on. What? What does that mean? I'm gonna die at this rate. Oh. I didn't understand what that meant. Oh, I don't want to restart everything. No. They were saying something about the possibility of it being a man, but that they proved otherwise. What does that mean? I don't get it. Hold on, let me think. Culprit is a man. Ugh. I don't know. It's gonna take a while. I don't want to mess up because I've already messed up. It can't be Monokuma. It's obvious. We were trying to prove the possibility, but we proved the opposite. What does that mean? Did we just prove? But it would make sense. Oh, okay. I was overthinking it, man. That was my first thought, but I was overthinking it. That's right. We were going in the opposite direction ever since. Opposite direction? What are you talking about? I started a southern accent. We thought that the culprit was a girl, so we thought of a way to hang Kyoko from outside the restroom based on the assumption, what if a guy could be the culprit as well? Turns out that wasn't the case. It's very unlikely that the culprit is among the girls. The killer's definitely a man. What? It wasn't me! Hey, how so? Why is it suddenly like that? Think about what we just went through. The culprit undoubtedly used the hook and the rubber ball to connect the rope to the ceiling. Now, suppose the culprit was a woman. There'd be a reason for her to use such complicated measures when she could have simply stepped inside and tied the rope. What? To frame the men! To frame the men! I'm thinking too much into it. That makes sense. It looked like the culprit had to do it without going inside the restroom. Frame the men! Furthermore, even if the culprit was a woman and had to use a hook or rubber balls for some reason, they would have been able to clean the stain on the wall afterwards. Right. Oh, c'est vrai. Unless it's a girl framing the men and they wanted that to be found. Right, as I mentioned before, the culprit probably didn't expect the rubber ball to burst. I'd be horrible in a class trial, man. I would, like, constantly think too much into things. Like, in Cuphead Ronpa, I kind of make everyone straightforward, but sometimes I have things and I'm like, yeah, but what if this instead? What if this instead? You know, they could have done this. I have to simplify my trials because, like, I don't know if you heard that. I got really, like, weird in my voice. If you heard it, I apologize. As I mentioned before, the culprit probably didn't expect the rubber ball to burst. To clean the liquid off the wall, they need to get inside the restroom.
But they couldn't, because guys can't enter the girls' restroom.
Can't say it with absolute certainty, but it's the most reasonable explanation we can think of. There would be no reason for the culprit to intentionally leave traces in the murder scene, unless it's a girl trying to frame a guy. I mean, the liquid stain on the wall was a big hint for figuring out how the ball was used by the culprit.
That automatically give those girls an alibi, right? Plus, even better, Yuki, Teruya, Haruhiko, Mitsuhiro, Tsurugi, Kinji, and Kakeru. We know one of them's gotta be it.
I mean, it's not us. And I heavily doubt it's Kinji. For some reason. I just don't think... No, Kinji's the priest boy. Tsurugi, I mean. Tsurugi's the police, I think. I feel like Tsurugi might be like a later death. You know, because He's so rule-bound. I don't think he would kill. Like, even if he saw something horrible, he just gives off the vibe of someone who refuses to kill no matter what. You know? I don't know. And I don't think it's Kinji either, because Kinji's all like, to kill is like one of the biggest sins one could commit. I mentioned earlier it could be Teruya, maybe, because he knew everything in the antique store, right? I don't think it's Haru. Well, it can't be Haru either, because he messed up the things, and I don't think they would, like, actively put that in your face. So it's... I think it's... I don't know. Hold on. What if the culprit was a woman and tried to make us think this well? There we go. I knew someone would have to point it out. I highly doubt it. But the reason the culprit hanged Kyoka in the first place was to make us think that a woman did it.
Ho-ho! So it had nothing to do with disguising it as suicide from the start!
Indeed, everything was to lead us to think that a woman is the culprit. In other words, the culprit wanted us to think that way. So they wouldn't become a suspect! All because the culprit himself was a man! That means the culprit is a man, I guess.
I found it strange to find the rope on Miss Maki's neck being too loose. In retrospect, I see that was the case because the culprit didn't intend to make it look like a suicide at all.
I can't believe it took this long for you to reach that point. What's up with you talking like you already know all this stuff? Because I already knew.
What?
I already have everything worked out. Who the culprit is, why they killed, anything you could possibly think of. What? And you just stood there in silence when you had all the answers? How many times will I have to repeat this? I have absolutely no reason to help you out. Actually, you do? Because if they mess up, girly, you're dead too. Mikado, this isn't a competition. If you don't share what you know, and we end up voting for the wrong person, you're going to die too. Of course I'll share my knowledge when it gets to that. Okay, fine. She's forgiven, I guess. But even without me, you still have Tsurugi Kinjo over there to help you. And Useless, you're getting pretty close to the truth too. I was actually surprised. Perhaps you weren't completely useless after all, Monkey. Monkey? Geez, she's real smug. Well, she's always been like that. We should ignore what she says and keep moving on. Sure, I believe we left off from saying the culprit is a man.
I wonder who it is.
Wow, she must be really excited by the tables turning. I mean, maybe it's Mitch, now that I think of it. Because Mitch is the one who keeps trying to turn it back to the girls. Like, even after everyone was like, oh my god, it has to be a guy because all this, he was like, actually, because of this, it might be a girl and not a boy. Although we now know the killer is among the men, we still need to specify one person out of 7. Is there any kind of clue to narrow down the list? Is there?
Well, if Miss Mikado was able to work out the culprit's identity, there must be a clue pointing to the killer somewhere.
The problem is we don't know what the clue is. Tsurugi, a little help here. Like something that can nail the killer. I do have something in mind, but you shouldn't rely on me for everything. Okay, but you can give clues, bestie. Bestie! Bestie! Please, just give us a clue. Oh, you should figure it out yourself. I've been doing everything. Give me something, man. I'm struggling here. Oh. Shouldn't rely on me for everything. All of you should figure the case out by yourself and understand the reason behind our final verdict.
Kyoka.
Hey, y'all. Any ideas about the culprit? Well, nothing in particular, I suppose.
We're almost there. We know that the culprit is one of the guys.
Just to remind y'all, it's not me. See, that's what I was about to say. He looks so suspicious. I wanna... it's him or Mitch. I feel like it's him or Mitch. That reaction is making you look even more suspicious. Just like you from a while ago. What did you just say? I'm sorry.
Wasn't that out of character, Kizuna?
Since most of you seem to be having trouble with this, let me suggest going around. How about we all think of something else first? Such as? Don't you want to know why Kyoka died? Why Kyoka had to die?
Of course we do. Kyoka was always full of spirit and a nice friend to us. He didn't deserve to die.
Two people indirectly.
Are you implying there are two culprits?
No, I'm not saying those two took part in the murder. They heavily influenced the events leading up to... the point is... Kyoka died as a result of someone's mistake and the culprit's misjudgment that stemmed from it. Mistake and misjudgment? I need the help of a certain someone to explain this. Yuki, could you help me out? You know, you can just ask Haru at this point, man. Sorry, I had to change my position in my chair. Because, like, Haru's the one who messed up. Just have Haru tell everyone, hey, man, I broke the things and put the nameplates back on wrong. Oh no, it's true! We didn't tell him it was Haru. I just remembered that. I completely forgot that. That actually slipped my mind. No, never mind. You got a good point. Me? Do you remember the conversation we had in the hallway? I had forgotten it until now, but I remember now. The one over the nameplates. Oh, you mean that one? Yeah, you told me that you know who caused that change to the nameplates. I don't have knowledge regarding this matter, so I'd like for you to provide us the context. Hello? I got zero idea on what the two of you are talking about. Oh, okay, I'll explain it to everyone. While all of us were in shock after Monokuma showed us the motive, there was a minor incident that happened. The people who know about that incident are me, Haru, and Satsuki. Finally, Kyoka. Huh? Huh?
They don't look like they know it, though.
Haru, Satsuki, did you forget what happened before nighttime yesterday? With the nameplates? Oh, that?
Oh, you mean the thing with Haru's triple spin?
Yeah, would you mind explaining to us what happened back then? I think there's something you didn't know about it. I'll tell you when we get there. Okay. Make your argument. Am I like near the middle? Because this is gonna be a really long video. Otherwise. Last night, me, Satsuki, and Kyoka were hanging out together. Then I accidentally fell down and broke the nameplates. It's probably kind of tough. Oh,
It was real funny to watch. Triple spin!
I was freaking out over damaging school property. Monokuma showed up and said that he won't punish me since it was an accident and left me with a new set of nameplates. It's probably Haru.
We told Haru to put the nameplates back where they belong. So Haru put them back at the right place and the rest of us went to bed.
Let me! You won't let me! Dude, I was pressing space and it genuinely would not let me. I was pressing my confirm button. It wouldn't let me. That's actually so annoying. It took away one of my thingies. That is so mean. thing where it moves is actually so annoying.
それは違うよ
So I guess I was just too, like, too much on the side for it to register. Boo. No, Satsuki, there's something wrong with what you just said.
Oh? What's wrong?
Although Haru did put the nameplates back, he didn't know that he made a mistake while doing so. Yuki, that's... He forgot where the two nameplates originally were, so he put the new ones in the wrong place.
What? He forgot about something that was right in front of him seconds ago?
Girlie, do you know what ADHD is? Because the amount of times I put my phone down right on the table, turn around and look back and I can't see it or forgot I put it there is like 5 times a day. Oh, he went to the restroom before putting them back, so I think he got confused somewhere in the middle.
Okay, I get how much of an idiot Haruhiko is. How's that related to Kyoko's murder?
That would be because the two nameplates Haruhiko had to replace belong to Tsurugi Kinjo and Kyoka Maki. I like how he just says Tsurugi Kinjo instead of Kyoka and me. Right, Yuki? Yeah, right. Kyoka's room was next to mine and Tsurugi's was next to hers. But because Haru thought the other way around, the nameplates on their doors were switched.
Mr. Kobashikawa, was it your intent to do so?
Anyway, Haru, since you already know, we talked about the nameplates being switched when we were investigating. Well, I did, but I just wanted to avoid unnecessary suspicion.
Avoid suspicion? Don't tell me you're the culprit, Haruhiko.
No! I'm not, I swear! This is exactly why I didn't say it! Why would we think you're suspicious? Just a couple of nameplates. I don't think they're that much related to Kyoko's death anyway. I do! Because they wanted to kill him. They wanted to kill my little police boy. My little police boy. I love his hair. Stupid hair. So fluffy. Yes, they are related. Much related, in fact. Humph! Now would you care to explain what that means to us? I said earlier that two people were connected to the murder. One of them is Haruhiko for switching the nameplates, and the other person is... me. Huh?
Mr. Kinjo, you have an indirect connection with the murder of Ms. Maki? May I ask you to elaborate on that?
It's true. Let's see, where should I start? How about we all get a grasp of the culprit's intention first? Oh, yeah, okay, that's what he meant by why she had to die, because they wanted to kill him. Things went as the culprits originally planned. The person purported here would have been me. That statement sounds so much far-fetched. How come you were to die instead of Kyoka? Do you remember the torn note that you two read to us a while ago? I was able to comprehend what the culprit was aiming for after seeing that note. Kyoka got that note from the culprit and headed to the laundry room in the designated time. There she was assaulted and murdered by the culprit. Everyone's clear on this, right? Then let me ask, how do you think Kyoka got the note? How she got the note? Maybe one of us casually handed it over to her? Kyoka wouldn't have known that the person who gave the note would come after her back then. From whom? Where? How? Did any of you ever see Kyoka getting a note from someone? No, besides, I wasn't given time for that. After we got out of the audio-visuals room, Kyoka stayed with me and Satsuki until she went to her room for the night. Wait! Then Kyoka got the note between 10 p.m. last night and her time of death, which is 6 a.m. this morning? Right. Kyoka went inside her room as soon as it became nighttime. She couldn't have gotten the note while talking face-to-face with someone. That leaves us with only one possibility. She got the note while she was inside her room. Okay, so I'm going to end this video here. Hopefully, that's a very big hopefully, the case goes on for at least another 40 minutes so I can have a second video. Otherwise, I'll find a way to, like, put the two videos together and you won't ever hear this part of the recording. But yeah, so thank you so much for tuning in. This case is actually genuinely confusing me. I have some parts, but I can't figure out who wants Kinzo dead. I can't figure it out. So, yeah, we're going to find that out in the next video. And again, thank you very much for listening to me talk about fictional high school students in a murderous game. Heck yeah. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.